guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Monday the 19th. Actually, I think I'm gonna release the video today, but I have been thinking what kind of video again I'm gonna post on my YouTube channel, and one thing that landed to me and one thing that has been around my head these days is how to be a happier person. Honestly, if you know me, my family, my friends, I'm actually a pretty emotional person. When I hear something negative, I cry. When I'm lonely, I cry. I get mad so easily when someone said that I'm wrong. And honestly, I'm just those kind of person. And I feel like that emotional feeling is really expensive. I feel it sucks up my time, sucks up my energy. It's also making me becoming this negative person. And honestly, I've been feeling quite like this for the longest time. I used to be a very sociable person. I had a lot of friends. I have all this social life that's just super busy, so I'm out all the time. And I realized that a few months past this, so since a few months ago, I've been trying to spend more of my me time, kind of like, you know, dealing around myself, thinking myself, going around myself. I just feel like actually that kind of helped me explore who I am and just becoming a more, you know, relaxed person. So honestly, I feel like since I spend more time myself, I just become this slower paced person. To be quite honest with you though, I feel like I'm that person that's always on the go all the time. My mind is just like go 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 go, do this stuff, do that stuff. Although I'm sure my aunt and my family is more like that than me. But I feel better now that I'm kind of taking life slowly, more patient. So in this video, it's just gonna be me blabbering about how I became a happier person, how to be more positive and all that. And I am really sure that there's a ton of more different tips that other people can come up with. But honestly, I think this is like my biggest recipe. And I'm not saying that I'm the happiest person, but I'm just saying that lately I've been becoming more of an accepting person compared to how I was in the past. I become less angry, less sad, less mad. So yeah, I'm actually writing down my stuff in a paper, so I'm gonna kind of look and glance once in a while. So I'm just gonna make it even or odd even, I don't know. I'm just gonna have 5 tips on how to be a more like a happier person and just, you know, live life as it is. So the first one is honestly something I'm still struggling, but first is to be humble. I know whatever culture you come from, people tell you when you're young that you're amazing, you're the best, you're the prettiest, you're the smartest. But guys, really, there's a million, a trillion, gazillion people in the world, and you are not the smartest. I was watching one video by Whaley and how like she can become more, or we can become a more humble person. I think I've been struggling, you know. I want to be the rightest person, I want to be the smartest person, but it's not really possible. So I think the easiest tips that she taught us is to realize that there's so many person out there in the world, and just imagine yourself as, you know, you're nothing special. You're just one out of like all this many people in the world. You can be amazing, but you might not be the most amazing person, and you just need to learn to accept it. So I think the more, you know, like I realized that I'm not as special, the more I feel okay with stuff happening. You know, like kind of be more accepting. So like in the work, if I'm not, you know, being called out as amazing, that's fine, because I know other people are doing amazing work as well. There are other people that are doing better things than me. So I guess I just become more accepting, and that's how I become less mad or upset if things happen. The second one is to let go. I think this will go really well with the second one. A few months ago, a friend of mine, Feli, actually came to my place, and she just told us this book. I forgot what's the name of the book, but basically I kind of read most of the content of the book. She said that by doing this or reading this book, it helped us release, you know, like an emotion that happened to us. So this book basically teaches us that, you know, anger, upsetness, it's not really like us, but it's just an emotion that passed by. So since I read that book, I think I've been more or less emotional. every time an emotion pass by, you know, like you feel upset because someone says something, and I just stop. You know, like a lot of the time in the past, I just speak it out loud, you know, I'm mad, or like I just express it right away. But right now I kind of just stop and like know or realize that I'm actually going through this emotion, and just say that, okay, I'm gonna like take a deep breath and just calm down, and you know, like make my mind feel okay, I guess. I don't know how to say it, but it's just like, okay, realize that be more aware of yourself. Like if you're mad, don't speak it out like right away, just digest it and see what kind of actions you should take. And most of the time I just like keep it down to myself and try to forget it. So yeah, let go of, be aware of your emotion and let go of those negative emotions and just forget it. The third one is together, like ignore and forget. A lot of the time people criticize me, and I'm really sensitive whenever the criticism is related to something I'm passionate about. For example, I have been criticized many times that my fashion style is like too over the place, or too much, or like, I don't know, cheap. I don't know, all these kind of things. Like I like colors, I like, you know, really unique things. Like a lot of people like simple things, I understand, but like I'm really into like colors and fun, like different things. And I don't know, I guess it's either me being sensitive, or like I just caught like those comments really hurtful. Also, like I am really into fashion design, and I think like fashion and all this thing is really subjective. So like when I'm creating something and people criticize it as, oh, it's ugly, or it's like old looking, or you know, like it's not well made, then I get really you know, I take it into heart and I become really upset. So a lot of the time though, I realize those comments are really just like, you know, there are different kind of people, right? There are people that think about something and just get it out, or you know, it's their personality. I'm not saying that they're trying to be mean, it's just, you know, like people are different, and also people just have different emotion. Maybe they're upset too, or maybe they're jealous, you know, like I cannot really tell, you know, different people have different emotion. There's no way for me to read their mind or read their heart, right? So a lot of the time in the past, I just suck it all up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so bad, I'm judging myself, you know, inside. And I realized that it's not really healthy. So nowadays, when I hear those words about, oh, your taste is ugly, or oh, your selection is old, then I try to like just be quiet. It's hard because inside my mind, things are fighting. Like, oh, why is she saying that? Why I'm like this? Why I'm like that? Why is she saying that? You know, like all these things is like going on. But then I just try to like try my best to do other things that forget. Like, you know, when I'm doing like studying or something, I'm just like, whatever, I'm gonna study. Or like, you know, try to like forget it or ignore it, I guess. I think ignorance is a bliss. I realized that when I was young, I thought that I need to care about what other people think. But the older I get, the more I'm like, I actually need to learn how to shut off my ears and just ignore. Mute everything that you think is negative. Just think that this is your life. You want to live it positively, and just push it to yourself. Ignore whatever happened to you. Ignore. Ignore button. Anyway, so yeah, I think ignorance is the most important thing. I'm not saying ignore everything. Obviously you cannot, because you have to do stuff. But like whenever it's a negative comment and you realize that those comments are not gonna help you grow at all, it's just negative comment to ruin you, ignore it. The fourth is to see positive lights. So I used to be, you know, I told you that I'm really sensitive about this whole fashion thing. So whenever I get bad grade, you know, I used to take it personally. Now that I think of it, really it's not important to me, like whether I get a good grade or not. I have a job. So basically just take it into positive light that, hey, there's some room for me for improvement, so in the future I'm gonna do this better. And it's really helpful for us to see positive thing whenever you ignore the negative, and also be together with positive people in your life. There's quite a few positive people in my life, and these positive people can be negative at times, but just filter out, you know, when they're negative, like forget it, but when they're positive, suck it all up. Like I feel like my aunt is quite a positive person. She can give some negative comments at times, but then at that time I'm just like, I'm not listening to you. And when she gives positive comments, like, I don't know, suck it up, I guess. I also talk a lot with my boyfriends related to my academic and stuff like that, so he helped me a lot and just make me realize to ignore. Like he always said, don't worry about it, just live your life as it is. And that really helps. So I guess be around positive people and look at more like positive things in your life, and just don't bother about all those negative stuff. The last comment that I give is seriously live your life. Honestly, nothing of those negative comments really matter. I don't think any comments that are not making you grow really matters at all. Just live your life as it is. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be pretty. You don't have to have good fashion sense. Live your life and just care about what makes you happy. At the end of the day, all those people, they don't matter to you. Just live your life as it is. That's why I feel like having personal time all this time for me makes me really feel good, because like you don't see a lot of people that judge you and, you know, drama and stuff. So I feel like if you are just stuck with this negative emotions inside your life, just take some personal time and really like suck it all in and just live life. Don't care about what other people think. Live your life as it is, really. Yeah, I think those are the tips that I've had. I hope these tips really helps you. Just think about it. I'd say the most important thing is ignore, and just live your life. It doesn't really matter. Life doesn't really matter. So it doesn't kill you. It doesn't, don't let it bother you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully this is useful, and if you like this video, give thumbs up. If you don't like this video, put it down in comments what you think about what it should be. Like, what is the tips to be happy? I'd like to learn it from you as well, because as I said earlier, I'm not the happiest person, but I'm trying right now. So yeah, thank you so much guys, and see you in the next video. Bye.